I did it for the lows. I did it for the lows. I did it for the... You know, that just sounds really stupid. I mean, lows? What the hell does that even mean? Smiley! So Smiley is a new horror movie directed by Michael Gallagher, who apparently is some YouTuber. I don't know, I've never seen his channel. Matter of fact, some of the main cast consists of YouTubers, but I honestly have no idea who's who. Except for Shane Dawson. I know who Shane Dawson is. I've never seen his videos, but yeah, I know who he is. Anyway, the story goes like this. There's an urban legend saying that if you go onto video chats and you come across someone you just don't like and you want to see them die, you have to visualize them dying. And then if you type, "I did it for the lows," 3 times, a serial killer named Smiley will come and stab the shit out of that person. Smiley Face is a character that has stitched his eyes closed and carved a smiley face on his own face. Who the hell would do that? How would you even manage that? The story revolves around this young college student who's had some mental issues in the past. In addition to her being a little crazy, she's also very shy and very timid. She moves in a house where her roommate is the complete opposite. She is very much a free-spirited... Yeah, she's just a whore. One day they go on the video chat thinking this whole Smiley thing is bullshit. They type, "I did it for the lows," and they accidentally have this one guy killed. So the free-spirited whore, and I mean that with all seriousness, this chick loves to get around. She's not affected by this incident at all, but of course the young shy one is just completely traumatized by it. To the point where she cannot sleep at night and she fears that Smiley is after her. And from that, apparently you got yourself a horror movie. I honestly didn't care for this movie. You know, there's been some people that have been writing reviews saying that this is awful. It's like one of the worst horror movies they've ever seen. It's definitely not that, but it's just not very good. I'll give them an A for effort. It was, you know, done with a low budget. It's got a concept that doesn't even seem all that original, to be honest. And the cast mainly consists of nobodies. Now, I will give it a couple of things. One, the acting was actually rather decent. I thought the acting was gonna be horrible, but it's actually decent. The main girl, I don't really know her name. I probably should have looked it up. She was good. You know, I really came to a point where I felt bad for her. One would be very annoyed with her yelling and screaming and, you know, shaking and shivering, but I thought she played it off really well. She actually gave the best performance in this film, but there's also another actor. I want to say his name is Robert Hart. He's that one guy that came out in Hostel 2. He was kind of, you know, nervous about killing somebody, but then he becomes a psychopath. He plays her college professor, and he's actually interesting because he's creepy, and he gives a lot of philosophies on evil. One of the main things that makes this movie a little bit interesting is being in that classroom for some reason. Forget the horror and the suspense and all that. No, I came for the philosophy. Yay. But that's just it. I didn't think the movie was that suspenseful. I didn't think it was that scary. Yeah, it's not scary. I predicted just about every jump scare that was in the movie, and almost to the point where I predicted the precise moment. It's also more of a psychological horror film rather than just a straight-up serial killer film. So I guess that was kind of cool, but just the whole movie just felt dull up until the end. I gotta give credit to the events that happened in the end because I honestly didn't see it coming. It is clever, it is interesting, but at the same time, you know, it's supposed to make you feel like your mind has been blown, but to me, I just kind of shrugged it off. That's the funny thing about this movie. Most horror movies these days are great throughout until they come to the end. Well, this is actually very boring until you get to the end. The whole movie, I was just like, where is this headed? Am I gonna care? In the end, I wasn't interested. I wasn't satisfied. I won't say that this is an awful movie, but it's not something that I would ever want to see again, and I sure as hell don't want to see a sequel to it. So in the end, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I think I'm being very fair here. I could rip this movie apart, but you know, it's got some commendable aspects to it. Oh, and Keith David, he's in the movie for a little bit. Spawn, yes! Voice over Spawn, not not the live action one. So did you see Smiley? Are you gonna see Smiley? Do you even know what Smiley is? Leave me a comment down below if you wish, and if you want to join the Stuck Burrito Revolution, please subscribe. What? Cha-cha-cha!